Hopefully this is going to work. It's me, ODB. Hopefully, come on, what's going on here? Man, this game is like extremely finicky. It does not like working with OBS. I think it's working though. I don't know, like it doesn't look as smooth as it looks for me while I'm playing. I don't know what I can do to fix that. It's like, I don't even know why that would be an issue. It's like capturing the window in the first place is like nearly impossible. Some ways I try to capture it, it makes the game crash. Other ways, I can get it to work if I just do a straight up window capture. But if I do that, like that just seems like a really shitty way to capture a game. It's like delayed or something, and it's like all not right. So, I truly am sorry about that. I guess we're going to continue anyway, because this is the best I can do for now. So yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to put this on YouTube, but if I do, I apologize. We're playing Noita. This is a exploration roguelike, like physics, pixel simulated kind of a action game, I guess. It's extremely like rich and deep, and there's just so much stuff you can do, and so much like emergent gameplay type stuff going on. I don't know what the deal. I haven't played this game since it first came out. Pretty much, it was like the day of the release, and like outside seems way. I don't know what this like halo of light is, because that wasn't there before. It was like all foggy but like super bright. That definitely wasn't like that before. Things look fine in here though, so I guess that's okay for now. Anyway, with this being a roguelike, it's different every time. The map is different. Same general, like, enemies will be in the same areas, but, like, the layout of the level itself is always going to be different. There's a lot of, like, really complex interacting mechanics that I can explain when we run into them the best that I can. Like this stuff right here, you can point at pretty much anything on the screen and it will tell you up here what you're pointing at. So that's pretty like helpful. Basically the name of the game is to just explore and find stuff, find better wands, find things, get deeper into the world, get gold. This is polymorphine. The liquid system is interesting. It's like incredibly complex as well. Like all the liquids can mix, and some of them can react with each other and make new things, and liquids do different stuff. If you catch on fire or if you're poisoned, you get covered in stuff. Like yeah, like here. I'm 100% wet right now, and these effects up here are called stains, because they're staining your clothes, I guess, or whatever, and they do different things, but you can use one stain to overwrite another. So if I was poisoned, I could, or like oiled, I could get myself wet, giggity, and fix that problem. My aim is absolutely terrible, so apologies for that. I definitely haven't played in a while, so let's not going to do us any good. Health is a very precious resource in this game. It's difficult to get more of it. You have to either manipulate enemies to heal you, or you're healed in between levels. Which pretty much, there's a few key locations throughout the game where you get a free health refill. But I wouldn't necessarily call it in between levels, because the world is constantly loaded, I think. Or, I mean, you can go anywhere in the world at any time. It's not like once we're out of the mines we can never come back here again. 50 turtle ducks, welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. I too use water to remove poison and oil from my body. Yes, it's just like real life, you know. It's very handy. I don't want to get hit by this guy. Okay. He's kind of like in a finicky location there. Woo! Very much so. So yeah, basically in the beginning of the game, you're just kind of going around looking for chests and max health pickups and killing enemies for gold. Be nice to get that, and especially if we have an easy access to it. I believe there are mimics in this game. I don't know if you get a different thing for actually interacting with the chest rather than shooting it. I'm not sure. Okay, this right here is a max health up. We definitely want that. And you start with the wand system is complicated. Also note that the game does not pause when the tab window is open, but if you hit escape to bring up the options menu and stuff, that actually pauses the game. So don't open this menu thinking that something is going to save you, or you'll have more time to think or whatever. But like, I think we're relatively safe to just kind of chill here and talk for a second. You always start with these wands. It's kind of stupid. I wish you started with a different spell every time, and there are mods that fix that problem, but whatever. That's beyond the scope of what we're talking about right now. You always start with these two wands, and you start with Spark Bolt and this Bomb Wand. Spark Bolt is infinite, basically. Like, it's reusable. You're never going to run out of charges for it. But this right here is your wand mana, and as you use spells, it's like the pool of ammo that recharges over time is used. And if this bar drains completely, you can't cast any more spells until you recharge enough mana to cast the spell you're trying to cast. But this wand right here, with the bombs in it, has a limited use. We can only use 3 of them, and I don't really see any other way into this room other than to use a bomb, so that's what we're gonna do, because this is extremely valuable. That guy's also on fire. He's burning to death, but I don't think that's really gonna... He's not gonna burn to death quickly, so let's help him out here. Picked up extra max health. It increases your... Each one of those that you pick up increases your max health by 25 points, and it does not heal you. It only gives you the capacity. It doesn't heal you for those 25 points. They really make healing difficult to do in this game. We definitely want to get here. This is another wand that we definitely want to check out. Those barrels always explode, and they leave behind either fire or poison or frigid air, whatever, something dangerous. I know, I'm kind of going away from where we saw that wand. I just wanted to see what else was around here. There's always a fog of war on the map, and it's best to try and... See, this is a toxic barrel. You can kick things around with F if you don't like where something is. You can kick it somewhere else and then shoot it. This guy has a ranged attack that shoots toxic sludge around. Damn, those guys are ridiculous. Got some gumption in them. When you're covered in blood, it also protects you from fire and increases your crit chance by 15% or something like that. You can hold 4 wands at a time, and I probably should have went over more details about that interface, but I didn't. The arrow spell's okay. It does more damage than Spark Bolt, so we'll probably use that for now. Eggs. They spawn different things when you throw them, and they're like, it's like Pokemon or something. It's like a familiar that, excuse me. It's like a familiar that's on your side. This guy is really dangerous. He does a shit ton of damage. Yeah, he has this, I think he has lava blood as well, so when you shoot him, he leaves behind lava. Yeah, he's an extremely dangerous foe. But he has a critical weakness, and that is if he gets wet, he takes massive damage. So hopefully we can just kind of piss on him from up here. See, yeah, he's taking lots and lots of damage from that. So that is the safe way to kill those guys. Like, if you take him on with the standard Spark Bolt, it probably will take about 20-ish hits maybe to kill him. He's no fucking joke, and he does quite a bit of damage to you. Holy crap. I don't want... Getting yourself caught on fire in this game is bad. Yeah, we're not in the best spot right now. The beginning of the game, when you have no really good wands to... Oh, well, I guess we should be using the arrow. It's more damage. That's nice of you to drop down there. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention to that guy. I was looking at the other guy. I think he also has a problem with being wet. Okay, sorry I'm not talking right now. This is a little... Oh, I wanted to get that stuff, but I didn't. Alright, well, we are alive, so that's nice. We don't have a whole lot of health. These things right here, this is the Holy Mountain. This is the in-between levels type place. If you jump into this circle here, it takes you into a intermediary location where you can refill your spell charges and health and shop for items and stuff. But once you jump into that portal, there's no easy way to come back here. So, using our health as a resource, we should probably explore around and try to find some more stuff. If we can find another max HP up, that will benefit us greatly. And I believe there's always like a lot of flasks over here towards this area, or like there's like liquids. Alright, that guy bleeds toxic, and you can okay, see, we got toxic there for a second, but you can use water to purify the toxin. And basically any pool of toxic sludge, if you have water, you can turn that pool into more water. I thought that there used to just be a way you can just go to the left here without needing a bomb, but maybe you do need a bomb. Maybe they changed it. Hello, Zoomer. Welcome. There are plenty... Have you played this game? Because there are definitely bugs to be found. You haven't played this? This game is incredible. It is extremely fun to play. It's like, as far... It looks like Terraria. I mean, it plays a lot like Terraria. It definitely does. And that's definitely a good thing, you know? But as far as, like, roguelikes go, it's so true to Rogue, you know what I mean? Like, it's everything is different every time. So much, like, emergent stuff happening. But there's a pixel engine. Yeah, the pixel engine's extremely cool. Every pixel on the screen is simulated and physicked out, and there's all kinds of stuff. Like, you know, the fire here, the fire reacts with the water on the ground to make steam, and, like, is just so much depth to the world and so much, like, attention to detail and just small interactions that you don't even know are going on. Worms Armageddon, fire chewing up the scenery. This place here is it's a dark cave, and there's a health refill and a max HP up in here somewhere. But without worm blood to drink to give yourself night vision or a torch spell on a wand, you're not going to really get through there. The whole thing's flooded too, and when you go underground or underwater, you run out of air very, very quickly. And if you run out of air, you start losing health as fast as you lose air. So, like, you don't have a whole lot of time to really figure shit out. I like how he gets covered in his own blood, and that's giving him increased crit chance. It's interesting, I guess. I don't know if the same thing can happen to you. Jesus Christ, dude. Let's get that oil off of us. These guys have a lot of health. We are close to being dead. Look at how much he bled, dude. That is insane. There's definitely stuff I want to explore, but we're almost dead. And with some gunpowder going off, I don't really know why, but usually fire causes that to happen, but I didn't see any fire there. I want to find another health up. There's usually more around. Or there at least a different wand, maybe, because this wand that we found kind of sucks. It's got decent mana. Actually, that's a decent... The stats on the wand itself are decent, but the spells in it kind of suck. What are you going to do? Bleed on me? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry about the... I see the... my green screen is crackling through on the chroma key, and I spent a long time trying to figure it out, and I couldn't. This is the best I can do. Yeah, I'm kind of like scared to be here right now. I don't. We're gonna die, and I mean that's just how the game is, you know. That's what a roguelike is in general. Keeping my flasks full. Your flasks are just glass containers that hold liquid. I believe you can mix liquid in flasks just as you can mix liquid in the world. And there's like literally alchemy that you can do in this game. But I think it's different. It's reliant on the RNG seed. The recipes are different every run. But that's one of the ways you can heal. There's a liquid you can make called Lively Concoction. That's a combination of some type of powder or material in the world. Like the recipe could be coal and blood and meat or something. And if you get all those things together in the same space, then they'll turn into something else. This is Teleportatum. I mean, we'll pick it up just so we have the flask, but it's not... Teleportatum is kind of dangerous to use. It's kind of like a Hail Mary pass, you know. I think you can piss it on people and have it teleport them away. That actually might be helpful sometimes. Yeah, let's see if I can get up here. I see it. It's not too bad though. Oh yeah, the pixelation on my chroma key webcam thing. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. I really am sorry. We're kind of wasting a lot of time in this first area here. Usually I try to find at least 2 wands to start with. Yeah, are you a jetpack wizard? I don't think it's a jetpack, it's just a levitation spell. Like, yeah, levitation energy. It's like his own personal energy that he's using. It's not related to your wand energy, which is cool. I guess you could call it a jetpack if you wanted to, but let's not just drop down there and die. All right, snipe that guy. We're just gonna leave, assuming I can make it there. Oh, there is a wand over here. Nice. I thought there's usually 2 wands around in the first level. That. Ooh, nice crit. Murked that guy. Jetpack wizards are the best? Yes, they are. Dude, we're critting all over the place. We do have a little bit of blood, but I wouldn't think that we'd crit that much. Wingardium Leviosa. Yes, exactly. An important thing to note is that enemies can pick up wands, too. Oh, wow. This thing's interesting. So, I know I skipped over it last time. Let's talk about this screen. This is the wand interaction screen or whatever. You can only hold 4 wands, and if you're full, you have to replace one that you're holding. This is the wand you're looking at, and these are the ones in your inventory. And if you mouse over the wands, it will show you comparison in stats. Red is worst, and green is better than the one you were pointing at. So, like mana max, mana charge speed, capacity, all of those things are better in this one versus this. And this, Castellet is the same, so it turns white. But this is how the interface works. And basically, the most important aspects that you need to pay attention to are the spells per cast, the cast delay, and probably how much mana charge and mana speed it has. I guess the capacity is also important. All of these numbers are important to a degree, but cast delay is how much time elapses between spell casts, and the recharge time is how much time it takes to be able to start casting spells again once you've gone through the entire clip or like inventory of the wand. Like once I shoot 2 arrows in this one, I need to wait 0.42 seconds before I can fire another 2 arrows, and in between each arrow 0.03 seconds elapses. That's what those 2 numbers mean. So if you have a wand that has like an incredibly long recharge time and a low capacity or something like that, you're going to be waiting a long time in between being able to cast sets of spells. So that's an important to pay attention to. These numbers are extremely important. The spells themselves are also important, and you can hover over them to see what they are. Formation above and below, that's a modifier. Damage plus is a modifier. Crit on burning is a modifier. Magic arrow with trigger. Giant explosion on drunk enemies. Water trail. So cast delay is the gap between shots, and the recharge time is the spell reload time. Yes, yeah. It's Cast delay is the time in between bullets, and recharge time is the reload time. Yeah, basically. That is correct. So, this wand, it looks interesting. It's going to shoot one magic arrow at a time that... Borderlands, but with wands. Yeah, basically. It's going to shoot a magic arrow that's possibly going above and below your head and forward with damage plus. And then it's going to trigger giant explosion on drunk enemies and possibly leave a water trail. I mean, that's interesting. It's to pit. You really, I love the capacity on it too. This is a good wand. It's, I mean, the cast delay is a little high, recharge time's a little high too, but it's okay. We're definitely going to take it since we have no other options anyway. I'm just trying to explain kind of in depth how the wand inspection screen goes. But it's important. It's important to pay attention to a wand when you pick it up in the world. Like because the wands are completely random, like they can have crazy shit on them. Like you can pick up a wand, like instead of, if this wasn't water trail but was instead acid trail, and instead of this it was bouncing, and you just picked up the wand and started shooting it around, and like it could bounce around and shower you in acid and just immediately kill you. I've had that happen before. You should always, even if you think you know what a wand does, you should be very careful in using it. I think this one's okay. Man, that uses a lot of mana. The wizard doesn't like dwarves, yeah. Man, this thing is causing 200 mana drain. Giant explosion on drunk enemies. Causes the projectile to explode powerfully upon collision with a creature covered in alcohol. That is like, I'm sorry that I'm keep scratching myself, but I'm super itchy. My autoimmune disease is acting up all the time. That is crazy. Okay, we're gonna go in here, and this is the there's like a row, like on the bottom of each level there's like 9 or 10 different teleporters, and they all take you to the same place. Where we're at right now is the same location in the world, where like all 9 teleporters like send you to the same location. The absurdly lethal magic reminds me of Magicka. I never played Magicka, but it sounds interesting. So anyway, we're here. We're in the safe zone, although there are things that can happen that make this place not safe. But right now we are safe. This right here is the full health regen, which we will pick up to get rid of that god-awful effect on the screen. And this right here is a spell refresher. Once you pick this up, we will get our 2 bombs that we used back. We'll also get back our 2 giant explosion triggers back. But usually I fly over this, and this allows you to, if you happen to get a wand, or sometimes these are wands for sale here, but sometimes they're spells, and it allows you to use spells in here as experimentation, and then once you're done experimenting, then you pick up the spell refresher, and then you have the maximum amount of spells to use in the world. Over here we have some perks to choose from. They're kind of shitty. I don't even know what this does. Oil blood sounds terrible. It sounds like absolutely horrible. I don't know why you'd ever want that. Like, legitimately, that sounds absolutely terrible. Any of the blood perks make your blood that. What the hell is going on down there? It's probably just an enemy on the level below us. But these blood perks, when you get shot by a projectile or any attack that makes you bleed, then your blood becomes that liquid. I can't imagine a situation where you'd want oil blood unless you also had fire immunity, because if you bleed oil, and there's fire around everywhere, every level has fire. Like, luminous drill with timer, pinpointed short range beam of concentrated light that casts another spell. This is interesting. It has a negative cast delay. Oh, these might affect cast delay. Wow. These spells are also affecting recharge time by a crazy amount. So possibly if we strip all these spells out of here, this wand will have an insanely high recharge time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is almost lowering the recharge time by like a full second if all of these stack. It always casts freeze charge. This is interesting. This is the interesting part of the game, is the wand crafting and stuff. Like you said, Borderlands, but with magic. Creates a mighty rock out of thin air. Oh yeah, chainsaw is a pretty good spell. I think you can dig with it. And hold on, we have 695 monies, so we could get these 2 wands on the end here. That kind of sucks. I wish if we had $5 more, we would be able to get those 2 wands. Energy sphere, yeah. This wand has a really long recharge time. I kind of want this spell just for the chainsaws on it. If you have oil for blood, then the Bushman will declare war on you. Yeah. Something else you can do, like we can edit our wands right now, which means we can take spells out of wands, we can move them around. If you take the starter, if you notice, this wand here has a really short cast delay and an extremely short recharge time of 0.02 seconds. If you take a spell and put it in this wand, it becomes a pretty cool machine gun. Like compared to this was the starting wand. And that's the starting spell in the bomb starter wand. Like that's an important display of how different numbers really can affect how spells happen in a wand. This we're gonna get rid of because that mana drain is absolutely retarded. Like 200 per cast. That's insanity. This game is really neat. It is incredibly complex. It is just like there's so much stuff going on, and it's so interesting. Like the amount of different spell combinations you can have. Magic arrow with trigger. So I think the way that this works, I don't know if we really want to use water trail. If we do, I don't think we want it on this particular weapon. As far as I know, okay, I guess I should go over this too. See how this wand here says shuffle no, spells per cast 1. And this one is shuffle yes, shuffle yes, shuffle yes. They're all spell cast 1, so that's irrelevant. But if it casts more than one spell, it will just it will cast 2 simultaneously, or 3 or 4, or how many it says. But if it casts 1, it only casts 1 at a time. And if it's shuffle, basically it will pick a random spot in its inventory and cast that. And then the next time, the next spell will be random as well. And then blah, blah, blah. It will run through until it has no more spells left, and then it will reshuffle. So basically, like, it'll go through all of the spells, and then it will shuffle all this shit around again. and then it will go through all the spells, and then it will shuffle it again. That's what happens. It doesn't mean that every time you cast it, like you can't like get RNG lucky or whatever and have it pick the same spell, you know, and cast it. It has to run through all of its inventory, then it reshuffles it. What's shuffle mean? Then it randomly casts from a list. I'm trying to explain what shuffle means. Am I not explaining it well enough? I thought I was trying to explain it well. And these modifiers... No, it's fine. I hear you. Oh, maybe you asked that before I started? Oh, okay, yeah. But, yeah, so, okay. So, for shuffle wands, for normal wands, like this one up here, these right here are, like, modifiers for spells. And so, I believe... like once they're picked, like let's say it picks this to cast, or it shuffled it in this order on this reload or whatever, when it casts this, then the modifier is applied to the next spell to the right that's going to be cast. So like in this wand up here, this is going to add 10 damage. Like, since this is a non-shuffle wand, it's easier to explain. Once it casts this spell, it takes this modifier and applies it to this one. So it's going to take 10 damage and then add it to this spell's 10 damage. So it should be 20 damage spell. And in addition to making it cost 40 mana instead of 35. Yeah, it's definitely taking a pretty big chunk of mana. Yeah, it definitely takes 40. And see, we can't shoot until we get 40. And then since this is magic arrow with trigger, we could put something that we want it to trigger with or whatever. Yeah, see, once the magic arrow hits a target or a piece of terrain, then it triggers we killed a fish with the ricochet, but it triggers the next spell down the line. So you can make some pretty interesting stuff. Damage plus this. I believe all of the projectile modifiers can stack with each other. Like, if it casts this, maybe this fact that it's a shuffle wand, because these will always be shuffled around and in a different order every time. But if it's a non-shuffle wand and you set it up like this, this modifier will trigger this one, which will all apply to that spell. So something like this. Yeah, there's that stupid. Okay, so oh, we hit ourselves with the trigger. Yeah, this definitely isn't a good thing to have on a shuffle wand, because you can tell that, you know, sometimes it casts the arrow, sometimes it casts the trigger, which then, I don't know. It's complicated. It's hard to get this to work the way that we want to. And this I never really see being useful. We definitely hit ourselves with it because of the trigger. And I can't really think of many situations where I'd want that. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. This, let me see here. I mean, maybe we could just have it on this one for now. Yeah, we can definitely... This is pretty useful. Having the ability to create water like this is good. And having I don't know why that's not being applied. Because this is a non-shuffle wand. It should be. Maybe I don't understand certain aspects of the way wands work. And like I said, it's really complicated, and like the way things interact. It's like I'm no master at understanding how things work, but I do the best I can. This should be better now. Sometimes we'll get the added effect of having an arrow on it, or we could buy a wand and then get those spells too. Oh yeah, I kind of wanted to get the chainsaws just to have digging power. Or this. This says it's straight up digging. Pinpointed short range beam of concentrated light that casts. Oh wait. Luminous drill. I mean, it says drill. I don't know. It's a new spell I've never seen before. Simultaneously cast 2 spells. All right, this one might be more interesting. Hold on, let's. Yeah, this wand up here kind of sucks. Other than the fact that it's a non-shuffle wand. Let's just replace that. A drill, break through the vault to the heavens. Yeah, maybe. Oh my good lord. Mana charge of 10 with a 690 max. Holy crap. That is ridiculous. Let's take these off. Okay, it isn't affecting the recharge time. I thought it would be. Maybe not. This wand is absolute garbage. I didn't even know. I didn't notice that. I guess it always casts that freezing spell, but that's not really that important. Let's just cannibalize this. I think it is a digging spell. It just, this brickwork's really difficult to dig through. Yeah, that uses a lot of mana. I'm not really understanding this spell. It's gotta be a digging spell. Yeah, it is. It's just really, really, really mana intensive. Maybe we can add this. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think this will serve us the best. It's probably better of me to buy a different spell with more utility in it. Oh, I guess we. What? Did I just do my math wrong? I thought that one was 400. Maybe all right. Maybe I was wrong. We can buy this, or we can spend our money and re-roll these garbage perks over here. I mean, strong levitation is decent. It basically doubles your levitation energy, I think, to 200. So it gives you a lot of flying power. This I don't even know what it is, but I don't like the sound of it. Bombs are dangerous. I think I'm just gonna play it safe and get strong levitation. Yeah, it gives us. Oh well, maybe it just. We effectively have 200 energy. It's going down half as fast, probably, or something. So let's pick this up, and we might as well keep our bomb wand for now, even though we have a digging spell. This just seems really bad, or like extremely slow. if we needed to dig somewhere, it would take a really, really long time. This sucks. This, I have no idea how we would even use it. This is some pretty cool stuff, but this we can damage ourselves with. Fireball's limited cast. We're just gonna go with what we have. I'm gonna save my money. It does, like all the funniest part about this game is you'll spend, at least for me, I can spend so much time in here fucking around and making like these awesome ones. You think they're gonna be amazing, and then we'll drop down here and get killed and have to start all over again. It's like all this time is wasted. Anyway, as you can see, once you leave this area, you're done. Even if you have a excuse me, even if you have a digging implement or whatever, I believe, even though it says collapsed concrete, this is cursed, and if you touch it, it will start rapidly draining your health. So if you try to kind of finagle your way back in there, you're not gonna have a good time. I like to keep my most used wand in here because I use the mouse wheel to scroll between things, so I can go between my most used wand and my most used flask really quickly. You can also hit numbers to the number row to switch to it. Here we are. We're in the coal pits now. Those guys over there are assholes. One aspect I didn't think too hard about is the spread. Look at that. We have a 28-degree spread on our wand. So based on where I'm aiming, look at how bad that shot was. That's crazy. I didn't think about that at all. Our accuracy is complete trash. Well, and we can't. We're stuck. I mean, what we're stuck. What we have now is what we have for the remainder of this level. I mean, we just did 50 damage to that guy, so we're a powerhouse when we. Yeah, we're a powerhouse when we connect, but connecting an attack is easier said than done. I don't think anything important is over there. Oh, let me try this. Yeah, wow. That is like the worst digging spell I've ever seen. It's gonna take us a really long time to dig anywhere. Like we can get through like, you know, small thin areas, but if we needed to dig somewhere important or like far, it's just not gonna happen. Wands are like cartoon rifles and are as likely to blow up enemies as much as yourself. Yeah, it's pretty these guys right here, they bleed slime, and wow, this let's purify this toxin. I wanted to get that money really bad, but it disappeared. Money disappears really quickly in this game, and that's kind of a double-edged sword. There's a mod you can get that disables that effect, but money being on the screen causes performance problems when there's a shit ton of it, and also money is an entity in the world that blocks projectiles. So if there's a big pile of money and then some enemies on the other side, you can't shoot through it. So if it never disappeared, that would be could become a problem. This accuracy problem is it's definitely a problem. I didn't think about that, or I didn't pay as much attention to that as I should have. Even when I'm shooting straight, I can't hit the damn things. Jesus. Where'd that guy's money go? Is it right there? polymorphine. Oh well. Honestly, that is something that will kill me and probably you if you play this game more than anything else, is your freaking greed. Your greed to get gold in this game. It definitely puts you in precarious situations. Wow, this wand is really bad. We really handicapped ourselves with this wand. I was just trying to explain how paying attention to those numbers is important. And this is the reason why. That is a chaotic polymorphine flask. We have polymorphine. Basically what polymorphine does is if you get some on you, yeah, you are polymorphed into a creature. Now, when you're flying around in this form, I don't think it's using your levitation juice. Hold on. Is it really? Because it didn't used to. If it does now, they definitely changed that. Yeah, see? That whole time we were flying, it wasn't using our own personal juice. So you can use that much to your advantage to get to places. In the overworld is where it's really useful. Chaotic polymorphine, I think polymorphine always turns you into that weird sheep looking thing that we just were. Chaotic polymorphine can turn you into anything. Anything in the game. Oh, I clicked somewhere I didn't want to. Wow, we got really lucky on our aim there. Let me think for a second here. Oh my good God. This is so aggravating. Yeah, don't be stupid like me and pick up a wand like this and have it be your main DPS. It's just bad news bears. Well, that was cool. We're making it work, but I don't know what happened there. I guess maybe if we're closer to enemies, it's less of a problem. I don't know what happened there that made us take 8 damage and then 5 damage. Maybe somebody meleeed us or something. I wasn't paying. Or oh, maybe it was probably a trigger. It was a spell trigger, and then we got shot with our own arrow. I presume you can't shift spells in the wands, and you can get it. You know you can't. We can't fuck around with our wand right now, any of our wands. But there is a perk in the game that lets you edit wands anywhere, and it's a really powerful perk. It's a good perk. If it shows up, you should probably take it, depending on the other options. Obviously, there are probably, like everything in rogue or roguelike games, everything is situational, and you should build your run with what's effective at the time, or what complements your current run. But edit wands anywhere is a pretty powerful perk to have, and I would recommend taking it. That was really cool. This wand we're using is not good. I don't like it, and I can't believe I didn't pay attention to that. This stuff here is gunpowder. It's gonna make little explosions here. Yeah. I'm sorry if you heard that. Some crap fell over. Oh! We got shot in the face with our own arrow. I watched it happen in slow motion. Yeah, we're almost dead, so maybe it's time to start going downwards. We have an okay amount of money. Oh, there's a wand here. What? A 2-capacity, non-shuffle wand that just has a modifier? There's no actual spell in here that does anything? That's terrible. That's a terrible, terrible wand. Popcorn gunpowder, yeah. Okay. I was earlier trying to talk about chaotic polymorphine. This regular polymorphine will transform you into... Ugh. Man, there's something like in my chest or in my stomach that's upsetting. Ooh, is this teleport? Oh, okay, we're gonna talk about this in a second. Chaotic polymorphine. This one turns you into a sheep every time. Chaotic polymorphine turns you into anything in the game, no matter what. Like, you can turn into anything, and that's a double-edged sword, because there are some enemies that by simply existing out of their natural environment they can die. Like if you turn into like one of those fish that we saw in the temple, if those guys are outside of water, they immediately die. Or those fire demons, if they're inside of water, they immediately die, basically. So chaotic polymorphine can turn you also into a giant worm that lets you burrow through the map, and like other enemies that fly really far, really fast. There's like, you know, it's a double-edged sword, like I was saying. But there is a small chance, but just by using chaotic polymorphine, that you can just immediately die. And I believe when you polymorph, it puts you at pretty low health anyway. So getting polymorphed in a combat situation is pretty bad. Teleport, yes. This is really, really cool. For exploration. I mean, this isn't a... Honestly, chaotic polymorphine sounds like a potential death sentence. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of this wand. It's not the best, and we still do have our little shitty digging utensil here. Good God! Like, if I just wanted to dig in here and get this flask. Oh my goodness! Oh, that's even worse. Yeah, this is a problem. Can I just pick that up? Please get rid of an item. Okay. Alright, we got it. This guy's our friend. He's not going to attack us. He's going to follow us around and try to attack things, I think. He's not going to be very good at it, though. This is interesting. Open the treasure chest. That flask is full of lava. Might be better than teleportatum. What? Oh, you actually have to get rid of the digging spoon wizard. Yeah. Oh my God, I thought that was a real enemy and we were gonna get killed. Ugh. All right. Here you can either hold right click and get rid of it, I guess, all of it, but you can also left click and that will throw the whole flask. If it breaks, all of the liquid inside of it will splash out of it and kind of like envelop the area that it's in. But the glass itself is kind of resistant. It either needs to be broken against an enemy's face or against the wall. You saw there the liquid kind of insulated its fall. Didn't we put water? Okay, it's on this one. Water interacting with lava makes stone. Or, oop, what? What the hell was that? Did I take damage? Oh, it's toxic rock. Okay. This just turns into normal rock. Yeah. So that's important to know, too. You can basically dispel lava with water. These little pockets in here are actually gold. And see, it's like powder. And if you expose it, you can pick it up. Yeah, it's just gold laying on the ground. You can pick it up. It is money. But, like, good God. to do that, to, like, Don't even get me started on how aggravating and like monotonous that would be. But you can get a decent amount of money. There's rooms. There's specific rooms in the game that are like that have like $250,000 of gold in it. They're like in really hidden locations, and if you know where to look, you can get really. Oh my God! What is he throwing? Is that bird? What do we? Charm affects you. I think this makes us do double damage, but we also take double damage. So much work to spoon out the gold. Yes, it is. It is a lot of work to spoon out the gold. Why isn't Clink here, dude? Clink was like just talking to me about how he wanted to see this game and this stream. He's probably sleeping again. Man, dude, this wand is just so terrible. What are our other options? Nothing? We just don't have any other options? I mean, we've got the starter wand, I guess. And a bunch of water. Alright, well, that did the job. Still not the best. We could put out this fire, hopefully. I mean, at least it's shooting where I want it to. That's pretty important. I totally forgot we had this water. Oh, this one's actually doing pretty good. Yeah. Should have been using this the whole time. Might be in a better spot. I am looking around for more wands and health. It's important. Oh my God, what is that? All right, maybe let's not go that way. We're really close to death. Clink, resident sleeper, yeah. What the hell was that? I think an enemy picked up a wand. Or that was just a really powerful, unique enemy that I've never seen before. It's also possible. That's a wand down there, though. We want to get that. Or at least check it out. I know I'm standing on an explosive box right now. It's not a smart idea, but... if you kill... Oh, that's another important thing. See how that guy dropped 2 things? If you kill an enemy with an explosion or with the physics engine, like environmental details, like something falling on top of their head, or if they drowned, or... killing them in any way with the environment will yield two times the amount of gold that they would normally drop. So if they drop 1, they drop 2. If they drop 4, they drop 8, I think. And you can make crazy fountains of gold from killing certain things within the environment. Spitter bolt. A short-lived magical bolt. I didn't know if our oxygen was going down while we were doing that. This game makes Spelunky look survivable. Yeah. Oh, maybe it was this guy that was causing us problems earlier. Well, he died, so that's nice. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. I don't know if I want to be here. We're drowning the world too. We're making a lot of water. Why is that? Why is it sometimes casting 2 spells at once? I don't know who this guy is either. Oh, he's the guy that was casting that crazy spell at us. And he's using teleportatum on himself, so that's why he's always being somewhere different. This is just not a good spot to be in right now. I think we should leave. Like, we're almost dead. We have some money and a decent amount of stuff. Even though I couldn't find more health. What's that? What the hell is that? Yeah, the Fungal Caverns. Okay. There is a wand right there. The Fungal Caverns is a spot that you can explore that has quite a lot of loot, as far as I know. There's quite a lot of powerful wands. I don't know how that guy didn't hurt us. He like jumped right through us. And also, you can eat fungus, I think. Yeah, you can. I don't know what it does to you, though. I think it's part of the alchemy system, too. Like, you can use fungus to... Yeah, fungus. It's kind of hard to point at. But, I think eating it by itself doesn't really do a whole lot for you. Maybe it gives you night vision. I don't know. There's some things that give you night vision. I want to get rid of this toxic, but I don't want to shoot that flask and break it. Is this toxic just not going to go away? Okay. Oh, maybe it's just moss. Alright, I just wanted to look at the wand. Energy orb with a timer. 50 mana drain, 11 damage. Well, we need this teleport spell if we're going to go back up to the top of the world and explore around. That guy teleported out. Yeah, that'll happen. I mean, honestly, our digging wand is really kind of shitty. It's kind of pissing me off even to use it, so let's just get rid of it. And I'm definitely playing with fire going around here. We should just leave. There are a lot of really dangerous enemies in the Fungal Caverns. Yeah, let's just get out of here. I don't even recognize that guy, and he's coming for us, so let's just leave. We could easily die at any time. Alright. Looks like you're playing with water to me. Yeah, that's what's happening. Alright, get rid of that stupid notification. Spooky hockey mask man. Yeah, that guy's sprite looked a little weird. Alright, so instead of wands, we have spells this time. And look, here's Nuke. It's one of the most ridiculous spells in the game. It causes massive explosion damage for the entire... I think it's even wider than the area of the screen. If you don't have explosion immunity, that spell does a shit ton of damage to you as well as everything else. But there, look at that. That's explosion immunity right there. Dissolve powders, that's weird. Things like gunpowder and coal and other powders on the ground, if you have this and you're standing in them, they just get absorbed into your body and are like removed from the world. Trick greed. Yeah, and to have explosion immunity and nuke on the same shop, that's kind of insane. Trick greed is, I think you get more money for, instead of like 2 times as much gold for killing things with the environment, you get more. I'm not sure how much more, but it's something like that. Obviously, we are going to take explosion immunity. I believe you take no direct damage from explosions, but explosions can still hurt you, especially like triggered ones or like there's other there are explosions that can still hurt you, but it's good, especially for like shooting yourself in the face. You can still get dunked by debris. I think you can. You yourself, you take no direct fall damage, and certain things falling on you doesn't do damage. I don't know if like rock or whatever crap falling down on top of you does direct damage to you. I know it does to enemies, but I've never really seen it happen to me. But anything that I've been hit with falling debris-wise has been pretty slow moving and close by. It's not like I had a ceiling fall down on top of me from like really far away. So I can't say for sure whether you're immune to that, but sea of water. Oh yeah, we don't really need that. We can already make an infinite amount of water. We have the money to buy this 375, 475. We might as well just buy all of these spells. Slime Mist I'm not gonna buy because that's garbage. Okay. We do have a nuke. What would I use this for? It does 75 damage and a 250 radius. It's like if you put it on like a trigger, you know, like if you did that. If you had something like, oh, maybe you could leave that in there too, yeah. If you had something like this, you know. Oh, well, you probably don't want it on a shuffle wand because you'd want to at least, if it chose to do the nuke right away, then it might not happen where you wanted it to. Atomic Wizard Oath Brand, yeah. This thing, oh yeah, I didn't even show you what happens with teleport, but yeah, teleport's a really cool spell. This is, and if it doesn't connect with anything, if it just expires in the air, it'll teleport you there. You can move vast distances very quickly with this spell, and you don't really need. Maybe you do need more than one. Actually, this might be Castellate. It's got a pretty long recharge time. Yeah, this wand kind of sucks. It's a non-shuffle wand, though. And it's got a negative spread, too. Where did our other... Maybe this would be better. Damage plus. Yeah, that recharge time is pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't think this does anything. Like you can't do a double triple, or maybe you can, but like the double will like this will take up one of the slots. It's not like you're being able to cast 5. There's like diminishing returns for trying to do shit like that. There's limited casting on the spells themselves. Only on spells that have a number on them. See, like when I drag this down here, now this has a limit of 20 uses. But like this is infinite use. Anything that doesn't have a number next to it is infinite use. Like the nuke you can only use once before you can refresh it, of course, once you use it, but only with these special refresh points. You gotta sleep to have fun nuking? Hey, thanks so much for being here. Have a great night. Get some sleep. Drowning the world, yeah. I know, we didn't really get the best stuff. I don't know why I'm going so hard on this wand. I don't really. We need a teleport wand too. Actually, this one down here should be our teleport wand because it has a pretty short cast delay. That we don't need. Maybe go like that. Hey, Fultos is playing that game I bought him. Nice. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Oh yeah, I don't want that in there for sure. What's Fultos playing? Toki Tori 2 Plus, I think. Is that what it's called? Let me tab out and check. Yeah, Toki Tori 2 Plus. It's a little puzzle game. I think I got it on Humble or something like that. Okay. Oh, that's a little weird. Yeah, we don't want that to happen. We want this wand to be able to shoot these enough so that we can oh, all right. Well, oh well. Yeah, we want it to be like this though. So we can teleport faster than we would be falling, basically. If we want to go straight up, like way up in the sky. And I think this wand can get it done. This stuff, like I can't, with this mana drain, it's pretty much just garbage. If you just drag these out of the bar, it drops them on the ground, and it gives you more space for stuff. Because this is all you can hold. You can only hold this many in reserves, which kind of sucks. Can't really ever see myself using these, but I don't know. You hardly ever find spells inside of the levels themselves, so it's not even really that big of a deal. Well, he will probably enjoy that. Yeah, he does like his puzzle games. As far as DPS goes, like this one might be okay for like a good opener, and then we can switch to a different one. Maybe we want it like that. Yeah, I think we do want it like that. Slithering path, huh? That looks pretty cool when it happens, but because of the fact that it's a shuffle wand, it's not happening all the time. 250. I think this one's just straight up better. Well, I mean, it's pretty comparable. And it's got a faster... I think there is a way you can compare different wands. I don't remember what it is, though. We're going to start drowning ourselves here pretty soon. We should put something on this wand. Why don't we just have this be our digging wand? Alright. We're gonna die soon anyway, probably. What time is it? Yeah, dude, these runs are long. That's probably one of my only complaints about this game is how much time you spend per run. Like, it's crazy how long this game is. Especially if you're like me and like to just move around and, like, look at all the different wand stuff. Yeah, hopefully I made the right decision here. I think we want this wand here. So we're going to be using that one the most. Our digging wand can be there. So yeah, we're going to be using these two wands the most. Alright, we are now in the frozen... Oh, okay, snowy depths. That was a really good way to just take a shit ton of damage right away. That was terrible. Like the worst possible way to start a level. That used to happen quite a lot before they added this. They added this like safe, quote unquote safe spawn, but like that wasn't really that safe of a spawn. Jesus Christ, how did that guy still hit us? Not sure if our wands are really the best right now. Oh, that was recoil, yeah. Or the trigger hit us right in the face. Snipers do a shit ton of damage too. These guys are not good. Where'd he go? What the hell is that? Flammable gas? What? That is an outrageously huge amount of flammable gas. That one looks pretty shitty. Oh, he just died down here? What is going on here? Oh, the silo's like leaking. Does lava cause things to burn? No? Oh, well, kinda. Oh, yeah, there it goes. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, no! Toxic sludge or whatever can't kill you outright. It can only bring you down to like where we are right now. So even if we do get toxic, we're gonna be okay. What we're not gonna be okay from is that guy or any other guy that is gonna shoot us. This is bad. This is a bad situation. Although the water's really fucking up their projectiles, so it's kind of cool. It's giving us a pretty good advantage. But we're not really, we can't shoot him either, so it's not really the best. Maybe I can cause a little relief here for the water. It's not that this space is better. I really wish we had a better digging implementation. So bad. Well, at least we have somewhere for the water to go. Oh, he sniped us. Alright. Well, you know, that's how it goes. That is how it goes. Yeah, if I were to start another run, like, I don't really have another hour and a half to commit to a run. So probably we'll just be doing one run every day or something, or until I get bored with the game. Which I don't really see that happening. But at the same time, like Link was saying, I do want my channel to be about variety. I don't want to just stick with one game, but this game is really fun. It'll definitely be in the rotation. Snip-Who-Issy's projectile? Yeah. The enemy. Oh yeah, the game restarts every time, and it fucks up my OBS. Let me see if I can fix this. Yeah. Dude, the game does not like OBS at all. It's super hard to capture it. The enemies, yeah, they have really weird names. They're Progress. I mean, because it's Finnish or whatever. It's where this place is. Look at look at the name of that fly. Those acid fly, or the lava fly guys. Good God. Some of these guys' names are just... like... like, you will never see me attempt to pronounce that. Yeah, look at these names. It's fucking insanity, dude. I mean, some of them are... oh, that's just a random turret. Look at this shit. Good God. All the spells are named right, though. All the perks. It's just the enemies. They just don't have... I guess they just don't have English names for them yet. You know, they're just... This is what they call them in Finnish, so... I don't know. It's not really fair to laugh at their language. It just looks ridiculous to me, you know? Because I don't speak it. Is that German? Yeah. Where's Jolt? Where's the hamburger at? That was really... That was sucks to have lost that teleportation wand and that run, because if you go to the right in that snowy depths area, there's like a cave that lets you go all the way back up to the surface. And if you get here with a teleportation wand, the world's your oyster. Like, the overworld is massive. Like, the overworld is fucking huge. Like, no matter what, to the left, to the right, there's so much to explore, and there's just so much to the game. But trying to go anywhere right at the start of the game when you only have 3 bombs and a shitty starter wand is... it's too difficult to get anything done, and it's also really slow. But if you have that teleportation wand, and you can travel vast expanses of the world very quickly, and there's a lot of really interesting stuff to find and secrets to find, and I want to show those off. But to do that, I need to be good enough at the game to be able to get the tools that I need to display that kind of stuff. And it takes a lot of time. Yes, that is the name of the game, is to get good. And trying to concentrate and talk makes things difficult to an extent, but also getting screwed on the RNG is also pretty shitty. Like, that run that we just had was pretty garbage. Well, and I also fucked up by picking that wand with the crazy bad spread. That screwed us pretty bad. But the assortment of spells that we got, it was okay, but it wasn't anything to write home about. It was a decent way to tutorialize a lot of the mechanics of the game, and if I am really putting this on YouTube, hopefully I did a decent job explaining it, even though there are many other creators that are better than me and probably describe things in a better way, so go watch them. I don't even know why you'd be watching me. I have no subscribers anyway, so who the fuck am I talking to? Alright, yeah. I guess we will be back tomorrow with another run, if that's what I feel like doing. I'm Opran. Bye.